Now from Place Ministries, another inspirational moment. Welcome back to Your Place.
Acts 3:4 says, "Then Peter looked straight at him, as did John. Then Peter said, 'Look at us.'" Acts 3 is one of the most fascinating chapters in the New Testament to me. And you might ask, why is it so fascinating? It's fascinating because Peter in Acts 2 was used by God to speak to thousands of individuals. And 3,000 of those he spoke to committed their lives to Christ, and then the church was birthed. Then, immediately after this experience in Acts 3, Peter and John are going to worship in the synagogue. And Peter had time for one individual, a lame beggar. Recently, I was thinking about the one and only time I met Dr. Charles Stanley, the pastor now for over 40 years at First Baptist Church Atlanta and the founder of In Touch Ministries, one of the largest Christian broadcasting programs in the world. I met Dr. Stanley after church services at First Baptist on Thanksgiving weekend in 1982. A couple that I'd met at the church that evening, they took me up to meet Dr. Stanley after he had preached. And yes, Dr. Stanley was even well known way back in 1982. I can't remember one word he spoke during the church service, but I will never forget him looking at me straight in the eyes and talking with me for several minutes, as if I were the only person in the world and he had nothing more to do than to talk with me. Well, really ask questions and listen to a college senior at the University of Georgia talk to him. Today's devotional is entitled, "Do You Have Time for One?" Well, do you? You may not be famous like Dr. Charles Stanley or one of the apostles like Peter, but in finding your place in life and ministry, today, look for that one person who needs you to make him or her important, like Dr. Stanley did for me in 1982, and Peter did with the lame beggar in Acts 3.
Your Place is a weekday devotional from Place Ministries. Our focus is helping followers of Christ know how and why God created them, and be encouraged to do what God created them to do in life and ministry. For a list of free resources, go to placeministries.org and join us every weekday right here at Your Place.